So this is going to be the first ever startup, well probably that's a lie, but anyway, the one that I've seen. Ready, go! Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to Motech Performance. This is Mike.
Hi everybody.
For those of you who don't know, Mike is the guy that runs Motech and the guy and the brains behind everything and all the projects that I'm so passionate about. Now, I'm up here on 24th of February. And for those of you who don't know and aren't from the UK, every 1st of March and 1st of September we get a new number plate. And I thought I'd come up here to check out what the boys have been up to, because I know they put in a lot of hard work. Mike, Nick and Patrick, of course, who work up here. And I came down today to help with a few finishing touches, but literally minor bits. But otherwise, yeah, the car is awesome. So I thought I'd talk through what's on my car, because mine's very specific. Also, what other options are available. Obviously, most of you will know there's a Motech Edition car available, which my car is based on, but it's actually initially based on the Shadow Edition M140. So this might all get a bit confusing. So what I'll do is at the end of it, in the description below, now please check the description because a lot of you guys always ask me the questions in the comment, but it should all be in the description. But let's just have a quick talk through of what I've had done on my Shadow Edition M140 and what is different to the one that you might find in your average BMW showroom. Let's start from the front of the car and work our way backwards. So it's a mineral grey, it comes standard with the black grills on the Shadow Edition cars. I've done a video talking about what the Shadow Edition car is, so let's focus more on exactly what I've had done to this car or what the Motech Edition car has done to it.
We get the car brought to us by TRL, they loaded the car up. It comes to us completely standard, although in your case you'd already had the steering wheel done.
Yes.
And the diff done.
Yes.
And the parts would have been painted as well.
That's true. Yeah, so I forgot to mention that my actual car, so two of the real goodies that I've had pre-Motech Performance are the LSD M Performance diff that is only available as an aftermarket but dealer fit part on auto cars, I found out, not on manual cars. So if you've got a manual, you need to go to someone like Quaife and get one of theirs fitted. So I've got the diff and I've got the beautiful, which was an absolutely amazing present from Tony and the Berry boys, M Performance steering wheel, which is just awesome. I love Alcantara steering wheels, so that's got me super excited. And as Mike said, before it actually turns up here on the low loader, things like the canards get painted black, the wing mirrors get painted black, so they're ferret grey. They're normally ferret grey. Yeah, so they're removed, and that kind of sets the car off really, you know. And initially, aesthetically, it looks awesome with those bits. But then we go into the more technical bits. So, Mike, what do we got?
So yeah, again, starting from the front back, we will go styling-wise. We've got the Maxton gloss black front splitter, matches perfectly with the grills. The Shadow Editions are quite nice. They have the darker headlamps, so it really just tie it all together, especially after the fact you have the canards painted. Looks lovely. Really an OEM plus looking part. It looks like it's part of the part, you know. It looks like it could have rolled off the production line like this.
It should have rolled off the production line.
So there we go. There we've got the gloss black sides to match it on this one.
Yep. So we got the Maxton splitter it basically continues along the side there, which again, as most of you who follow me know, that I'm not. And I keep saying this and I keep proving myself wrong, but I'm not about aesthetics, I'm more about the way the car handles and the performance upgrades. Initially I was like, because Mike did ask me, Mike was like,
don't want bling bling.
Yeah, I was like, no splitters, no, none of this. But then I'd seen, you know, Nors, and I've seen, you know, obviously the initial one that was at the gas station, and I was like, actually, it is nice. But I did delete the spoiler on the back.
So, and then you've got the most part that we love the best is the stance. So we've got our spring kit on it, 25mm drop at the front, 20 at the back with a 12 and 15mm spacer. As you've put, well, you know, as you sort of said, it's now the Motech stance. You know, you hashtag that now and it pops up. It's amazing when that's sort of really taken off. Yeah. But yeah, it's really just filled off. This hasn't done any miles yet, so it's literally just come off the ramp. It will settle down. It will look more. As you sort of said, when you saw Tony's 2 days ago, who's got car number 2.
Yeah.
they do sort of settle a little bit more, and the exhaust bedding a little bit more.
Yeah, I was going to kind of sum this up at the end, but I think if you're on a budget, getting the Motech iBack springs, the lowering springs, and the spacers are a really good starting point, in my opinion. They improve the way the car looks, and they certainly improve the way the car handles, because it just drops the center of gravity and gives it a bit of a wider footprint. So that's a really great, and I think, yeah, that just gives it the Motech look, if you like. What we have going on here, now this is something that the Motech Edition cars don't come stock with, but of course can be fitted with if you want to. At any aftermarket M140s or M-Lights or whatever, you can get these. So I've gone a bit crazy with the brakes, and the reason I've gone sort of upgrading the brakes is I did one track day in my M135, and the brakes really didn't last that long, and I cooked them quite quickly. So what we have here is a combination of a few things. So we've got the amazing Tarox brake rotors, which you can see have got like cooling, what would you call them? Cooling grooves, yeah. And obviously they're ventilated as well, but cooling grooves. They would cool, and they also give it a bit more, give the pad a bit more bite.
If the pad's glazed over, they can recut the pad as well.
Sure, right, okay, yeah. So yeah, essentially it cuts down on the pad glazing, which is when you lose when the pad overheats and then you lose your brakes. I've also got the EBC yellow stuff brake pads, which I tried and tested in my M135 and was blown away by, so they're awesome. But on top of all that, in fact, on this, you won't see it, but on this cutover that I'm showing you right now, you will see that I've got the braided lines from Goodridge, which are fantastic. And in fact, I used to use them on my mountain bike downhill days, the Goodridge braided lines. So I know they're tried and tested and brilliant. And again, that just stops the brake fluid from overheating, so it just gives you longevity on hard braking. So track days or things like the petrol head tours, it's going to be really good. So that's mega. Yeah, so just looking at the rear here, obviously I've gone for the rear, same setup, so the Tarox rotors, EBC pads and Goodridge hoses that you can't see. Right, so the brakes are fitted and the braided lines are fitted, thanks to Mr. Nick over here. I won't claim any of that because I certainly didn't do anything. But part of the bleeding process is someone needs to get in, an important person needs to get in and actually pump the brake pedal, so I think I might do that. It'll be the first time I sit in my car. It's up on a stand, so it'll be the highest I've ever sat in this car. I'll try not to smash the door whilst opening it. There we go. And here we go.
Yeah. You need these. Oh.
Yeah.
Swing it. Go.
There we go.
That Aussie athleticism.
Yeah, I learned that in Australia. I was catching drop bears. Right. Okay, so I'm now in my brand new car for the first time ever, looking at the lovely Performance steering wheel. I'm turning into Patrick, who is behind the camera, who's just being awesome, and has also filmed an amazing vlog of today in this car and whatever else, so make sure you always check that out. It's done a total of 8 miles, which is fantastic. Yeah, I've got a slight fetish with Alcantara, especially on steering wheels. I just think it gives you so much, I don't know, it gives you a bit more feel, there's a bit more grip, and it just feels because race car. But anyway, sorry Nick, what do you want me to do now?
Right, I will relay some instructions out.
Okay, I'm ready to
receive.
Ready to take it, ready to receive.
Right, we will go, right, down.
Down?
Yep. Up. So Nick, what are you currently doing?
We're currently bleeding the brakes. So we'll do one, we'll run around the car once, just doing the normal up and down, and then we'll run around again and apply some pressure and release, and then we should be good to go.
Amazing.
So.
Sounds good, yeah, that's what I would do if I was bleeding brakes.
Yeah.
Right, down.
Down?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Up. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Okay, up.
But you'd like this light for when you're doing work.
I do like this. This light is good.
Oh, look at those braided lines, they're so cool.
So now to the back of the car. You didn't want the spoiler. It is just a stick-on spoiler. Some people want it, some people don't. It's part of the package. If you want it, no problem at all. If you don't, Then underneath the car, as you know, the M140s don't have the underbody brace system. No reason why they shouldn't have them. So TRL supplies them with us, and we fit them up. We take them to the correct BMW torque setting supplied by BMW as well. So we put the underbody brace on, and with the Remus exhaust. And you've all heard what they sound like. This has actually got the dry carbon tailpipes. And we actually had a conversation before.
Yep.
And you were tempted to go by the chrome.
Yes.
And then we obviously saw the car at the gas station. You said, no, I've got to have it.
I've got to have the carbon. Yeah. Again, so un-me, but they just look brilliant. And in fact, you'll see in the video I helped fit the tips, and they just fit perfectly. And the exhaust itself is an absolute work of art, it really is. Especially comparing it to the standard exhaust. I mean, there's a number of reasons that, you know, all the tightening emission rules and whatever else. And I know in the lifeline of the M lights, the exhaust has got quieter and the cabin's got quieter because they've had to condense it and restrain it. And
what's interesting, when you lay the 135i and the 140 exhaust up, there's basically another silencer in place.
Right,
so
okay.
the exhaust is pretty much identical apart from that silencer.
Silencer,
really
yeah.
dumbed it down.
Which has, yeah, and it really has dumbed down what is essentially an amazing sounding engine. Right, so the car is pretty much finished. Nick is just finishing with the exhaust, so he's just tightening all the bolts, lining it up properly. I've got the beautiful Remus tips, which obviously finish off the rear end quite nicely, because this is what the exhaust looks like before you put the tips on. Which obviously looks a little bit underwhelming, but when you look at the exhaust and the way it's made, it's just beautiful. It's an absolute piece of art, especially with Nick down there. Do you want me to help you, Nick?
Yes.
I'm actually going to do some work.
Right, if you apply pressure to that, as in just pull that
Put it down, yeah.
So then that's level with the two spaces.
We take that.
Oh yeah, you can take my tip.
Oh.
It's so beautiful and clean under here.
That's a big strong arm you got there, Joe.
Let go?
Yeah, and then we'll nip up.
I'm surprised I didn't like pull the car down, you know, because I'm so strong and heavy. Far out.
Don't pull it that back far because you'll never go back over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fit so well, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Perfect, like it's made for them.
Facing down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
Unless I forget.
Looks really good. It's going up!
I know.
Oh.
I don't know why this loud rampant.
It's like, no, my car, come back to me. Oh, you're coming back down. Are we going all the way down or what?
All the way down.
All the way
And then you
down.
see your car sat on the floor for the first time.
Watch it go down.
Listen to it. Listen to it. Listen to it. You know, you just have to fire this up to hear it. It's just awesome.
Should we fire it up at that point?
We should fire it up at that point. Yeah. Why don't you get in there? You got the key? Yeah. Happy. So as you can see, it sounds awesome. Now obviously I'm going to be doing a whole review on this car once I've done some miles on it, it's run in. But the brilliant thing about the Remus exhaust, for me anyway, is the fact that you can have it in your loud mode like that with, you know, the valves open and crackling and popping, which entertains all of us, definitely the big kid inside of me. But also when you're on the motorway or when you don't want it to be loud and annoying, you can close the valves and it essentially sounds very similar to the stock exhaust, which for me is a big win, because just having the two options is awesome.
You said before that the M Lite is like 7/10 of an M2.
Yeah.
So if you start having these parts on from factory, you are quite close to an M2.
Yes.
Taking them off.
Exactly. You watch my videos?
No, just that one I'm in.
Just the ones you're in. Just like Baby Gorilla. Baby Gorilla 81 if you're watching. Wait, I've mentioned him in this video.
That means
now.
he has to watch it.
He has to watch it.
I'll watch his videos as well.
I'm going to replace the stock air filter with a Pipercross one, which is so much better, breathes better, sounds better. Firstly, what I'm going to do, and the engine isn't running, but you should never have a scarf on when you're working an engine.
Oh, this is true.
Because it's a serious health and safety issue. So I'll put it between my legs and pretend that it's a, thanks Mike.
I'll
you can
take
hold
it then.
mine.
That's
You
awkward,
can
isn't
hold mine. Yeah. So let's have it. I reckon if we undo these 2 clips like that with my manly fingers.
There's another one.
There's another
right at the back.
Of course there is. There you go. There we go. There we go. So I'm guessing.
So
it just lifts up.
yeah, you got to
lifts.
just pull it out like that.
So as you can see,
That's filthy.
yeah, this car's done a few miles, as you can tell. So yeah, that's a stock filter, which is obviously does the job very well, but it just doesn't allow the air to breathe, or it doesn't suck in as much air, because it's obviously restricted a hell of a lot more than something like this beautiful foam filter. And also it takes away a lot of the induction sound, which you do immediately hear once you put one of these in. I know it sounds silly, because it's just that, you know, most people go, oh, does that make any difference? Maybe it doesn't give you much more power, maybe another horsepower or something, but in terms of like the way the throttle response works and the way the engine picks up, I reckon I notice a little bit. But also, just if anything, the sound, it just gives you a better induction sound, which is something that you don't get in cars these days, because it's all about exhaust and exhalation as opposed to inhalation. Anyway, let's not get too technical, because I don't know what I'm talking about. So,
You did all right, well done.
thank you very much.
Keep going. No, that's right. That's the right way.
This goes in like this.
Yeah.
Just like that, you know. And then I'm guessing if we push it into the top, come on, be good to me. Don't make me look like an idiot. There we go.
That's it.
Here we go. And make sure it's pushing the whole way around.
Oh, get in there, Joe.
Getting greasy. See, I'm getting my hands dirty for once.
You're gonna go elbow deep.
That's it.
I think that's in, right?
Yeah, that's it. And then just slip it down. It's tight, but it will flip over.
Boom! Right, so that's that section of it. We've kind of covered everything externally, I hope.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're pretty good. Yeah.
Let's have a quick look inside, or a quick look at some of the finishing touches. So one other thing that comes standard on the Motech Edition M140s, but also something you can buy through Motech for, yeah, all the F-Series, is this lovely red surround. Now, on camera, it might look maybe like plastic, because the light in here is not brilliant at this time of night, but it's not. It's a really nice brushed aluminium. It feels good. It looks really good. It's just a nice little finishing touch to, you know, to an otherwise beautiful and improved LCI2 interior. Now, here's my steering wheel as well, which is just, oh wow. I wish I could remove this and take it to bed at night. No, that's really weird.
The white stitching inside that matches the leather.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
As you know, these are all numbered cars.
Yep.
So you're actually number 7. No, we did that on purpose. We knew you were coming, so number 7 is especially for you.
Brilliant.
The car's all plaqued. We'll find it tricky to film that one in light as well. So we have all graphics.
Yeah, so there's one down here which Mike said, even this brilliant camera probably doesn't quite show it up. Oh,
Number 7, there we go.
there we go, look at that.
Have you read the bottom line of it as well?
Let's have a look. Built by BMW, improved by Motech, approved by Joe Achilles. Who's that guy? No. Okay, well, I like the first bit of it. I don't know what the last bit means, but...
Yep. And you know what went in there, didn't you? Because you did it.
I did, yep, I did that. I'm sure you guys will be seeing in the video that I actually fitted something successfully as well. It starts and everything.
No lights on the dashboard.
No lights on the dashboard. Exactly, yeah. But my one, I think this is Mike's humour, but I actually really like it. Mine's actually got 2 plaques in it. So, 0069, love a bit of that. And what does it say? Built by BMW, improved by Motech. This one's for Joe Achilles. How cool is that? I hadn't read that before. So
really?
That's awesome.
So obviously the cars are plaqued, so you've got to have another one inside the car as well.
Lovely. So this is when I get my lucky date in the car.
The Shadow Edition that we do with TRL will have a cloth. This is basically just to keep an eye on the tailpipes, always keep them clean.
Yep.
Motech Edition cloth.
Lovely.
Full warranty information there on the Remus exhaust.
Yep.
Stickers for your laptop.
Nice.
There you go. A little pack
They're
there.
going straight on there. In fact, that might fit on my phone as well.
Oh, really?
Perfect,
There
yeah.
we go. Give one to Raz.
Nice, yeah.
We've
Thanks.
also got these for you. Now,
Oh, what else? What are those things?
these are M Light badges.
M-like badges. I thought.
Do you not want these?
I'm sure you just said you watched some of my videos.
I've seen the ones I'm in.
Oh, these. Oh, thanks, Mike. These are awesome.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
mate.
buddy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cheers,
You enjoy
man.
that, yeah?
Yeah. Cheers, Mike. Mike, thank you very much.
More than welcome.
Thanks so much. Obviously, I'm going to put all of Motech's information below in the description, and always just feel free to hit these guys up with any questions. I know you ask me a lot of questions, but also, especially pricing related things, just ask these guys. They're always there to answer. Patrick's actually here full time now, so keep that boy busy. There's nothing too small, too big a job with these guys, and as I say, today's video might have been a bit confusing because my car is a Motech Edition car that is a Shadow Edition that is also now a Joe Achilles Special Edition.
There's a lot of additions.
There's a lot of additions.
It's a special one,
Should we get a really big sticker on the back with
exactly,
M's? I know roughly what it's going to feel like, and I just can't wait to give it a proper thrashing and see how it goes. But Mike, thank you very much.
I'm more than welcome.
Subscribe to they've got a YouTube channel.
We have, yeah.
And obviously Instagram, etc. But I'll put everything below, so check it out below. And thanks to Tony Lewis as well. Tony, you've been a great help, and you know, everything else behind the scenes, and I've been, you know, away in Australia, you've been doing all that, and Berry BMW. Everyone, awesome. Thanks very much. Have a nice day, evening, weekend, whenever this goes out. Take it easy, guys. See you later.